Hi everybody, welcome to week 14 of our English 1020 online course. You guys, we are charging towards the finish line and I'm really excited and so proud of you all. Today's video is going to cover just a few quick things because, as you know, we're almost done with our infographic assignment. So I have a couple revisions to that assignment that I want to share with you. I have a couple quick updates regarding the showcase planning that we're all doing. And at the end of this video, I just wanted to close with a poem. So hang on till the end and I will share this poem with you. It really spoke to me and hopefully it will encourage you in our current wild circumstances. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to switch over to our Canvas view and we'll get right to it. Okay, so as you can see in week 14, we are really just pulling together the rest of our infographic project. And I mentioned at the top of this video that I made some revisions to the project and to this week's activities. So if you've already been to this page and looked through the things that I had marked out in our calendar, see if you can spot the differences. If you haven't looked at this page yet, take a look at it now and see what we've got going this week. First of all, there's only one video. Just watch this week's instructor video, which you're already doing. High five. There are no assigned readings this week. Hallelujah, right? The heavens opened. Everyone's excited. Really, all we have to write is to finalize your infographic and to write your short reflective paper. So how it breaks down in the week looks like this. You want to watch the video around tomorrow-ish. Read your classmates' drafts because you want to try to post your draft of your infographic earlier rather than later so that you can make revisions before the final due date. Although, as you'll notice, one of the things that is important here is that the due date for this is Sunday. This was another one of those instances where it had a wonky due date, so I switched it out. Everything's due on Sunday, as usual. By Friday-ish, you want to have thought carefully about your process for making your infographic and addressed the reflection prompts in the assignment. And then by Sunday, you want to post your final infographic and your reflection paper and take a look at Project 4 because that's what we'll be heading into next week. This is a time where I really could use like a record scratch sound. So what's missing? If you've looked at this already, one of the things you'll notice is that I have removed the video presentation component totally from this assignment. In view of our current circumstances and just all of the ambient stress going on with the coronavirus and the pandemic and, shelter in place, I just wanted to make the load as light as possible. So I'm only asking you to make your infographic, which hopefully you've already kind of started thinking about or maybe even drafting, and write your brief reflection letter. You do not need to add a video component. That's not a part of the assignment anymore, okay? The assignment will still be worth 75 points. I've just taken the presentation points and put them on the actual creation of the infographic, okay? So you guys can check out the rubric. It's like embedded into the assignment. Hopefully this lightens your load a little bit. All right, so that's this week's activities. One of the other things that's mentioned up here at the top is that we're getting ready for the writing showcase. So I'm just going to pull us out to the home view in Canvas to just jog your memory. So far, we've had some good responses to the discussion thread about the showcase theme. One of my sections, You Know Who You Are, has not responded as well as the other two sections. You also know who you are. But just give that a little bit of thought. If you're in that section, wink, wink, and you want to have some say in what you guys produce for the showcase, go ahead and look back at this thread. But for this week, what we want to do is start getting down to brass tacks. And so the showcase planning discussion thread You'll see I'm going to be posting to that later on today. It's going to have the summary of what your class decided your theme would be, and then we're going to start brainstorming what you guys are actually going to post to the Facebook page for that. So just kind of keep that in your sights. Know that it's totally okay to, agree or disagree with a classmate as long as you're being respectful in the discussion thread. And also, I'm really proud of you guys. So far, we've had some great suggestions. The 2 sections who have responded so far, you guys are really interested in talking about and showing aspects of writing during the pandemic. And I think that's really awesome. It's super relevant. It's what we're all thinking about anyway. Some of you have been thinking about the positive and negative aspects of that. Some of you have been thinking about where, like locations, how use of technology, how being online helps or hinders, or how we've had to adjust to online learning in some cases. So it's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be a really meaningful presentation for our showcase, and I'm really excited to keep talking about that with you guys. Okay, I think that's all I have to tell you about this week's activities. I'm going to pull it back to our full view, just give you a couple of quick housekeeping announcements, and then I will close with a poem. Okay, so in terms of housekeeping stuff, really, as we look towards the end of the semester, we've got this week, next week, and then finals. So we're really almost there, guys. We really just need to do 3 main things, plus a 4th little thing that's really kind of my jam. So number 1, finish the infographic assignment, which you guys are in the midst of. Number 2, we're going to get ready for the showcase and celebrate that. Not this coming Friday, but the Friday after, April 17th. We're going to join together on Facebook Live to have a really fun time. And then finally, finish our final project, which is Project 4. And I just want to make a note, just to be clear, we do not have a final exam in this class. Project 4 will serve as your final. So if you were unsure or, a little nervous about how finals were going to work for us, they don't. We don't have a final exam. We just have Project 4. So that'll be our final in this course. So 3 things, and then the 4th little thing is grading. So yes, I'm aiming to catch up on all things grading this week, fingers crossed, and hopefully just kind of charge through to the end of the semester with you guys. All right, so I'm going to close with a poem, and as I read this poem, I just hope that it is an encouragement to you. I know things have been a struggle. They've been a struggle in my house. My daughter's really sad that she can't go back to school, and it really started to hit her, actually, when she was Zooming with her teacher and her classmates, that they weren't together. I feel sad. I'm sad that we don't get to meet together in person for the showcase. My heart aches for all of the families who are affected by this virus and all of the fallout from having to shelter in place and all the hardships that have come from that sort of rippling out. My hope and prayer is that you guys are all well, that you're hanging in there. I know we've all got a lot on our plates, and being at home or in as close to a home-like place as possible can be comforting, but it can also be restricting or nerve-wracking depending on where you are. So I'm hoping that you guys are safe and well and hanging in there. Know that I'm here for you. Your peer mentors are here for you. We're here to support you and get you to the finish line in English 1020. So let's do that together. I'm going to close with this poem by the poet Mary Oliver. And the title of this poem is Don't Hesitate. I'm going to read it off my screen. If you suddenly and unexpectedly feel joy, don't hesitate. Give into it. There are plenty of lives and whole towns destroyed or about to be. We are not wise and not very often kind, and much can never be redeemed. still, life has some possibility left. Perhaps this is its way of fighting back. That sometimes something happens better than all the riches or power in the world. It could be anything. But very likely, you notice it in the instant when love begins. Anyway, that's often the case. Anyway, whatever it is, don't be afraid of its plenty. Joy is not made to be a crumb. All right. I hope you guys can find some joy this week, and we'll get through the semester together. I'm proud of you. Keep calm and keep writing. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.